Now, a reminder of that breaking news on the England squad, and the Manchester City midfielder Phil Foden has temporarily left England's Euro 2024 camp and returned to the UK for what the Football Association says is a pressing family matter. Now, Foden started all three of England's group games in Germany so far, and we'll bring you more on that story as we get more information. But I'm afraid let's get back to last night. And England failed to win again. Another snooze fest from the muted Three Lions, or should I say, the lame Lions. Yes, the 0-0 draw against Slovenia, the mighty Slovenia, is nothing more than what I expected. I said it last week and I'll say it again. In my opinion, it's time to get rid of Gareth Southgate. Well, let's talk to a bloke now who knows a lot more about football than me, a mere armchair pundit. So I'm joined now by the England, Everton and Rangers legend, Trevor Steven. Trevor, what a player you were. A delight to have you on the show. Now, of course, the media, fans, they always get frustrated during big tournaments. Before we get to Gareth Southgate, you were playing under Bobby Robson, who went on to be remembered as an absolute legend, almost deified. And yet, Trev, when we look back in time, the media were always on Bobby's back. They were saying, in the name of God, go. In the name of Allah, go. They even said at one point, as a player, Trev, what's it like playing in those circumstances where the media, the fans are always on the gaffer's back?
Oh, it's not easy. You try not to react to it in any way. And of course, Bobby Robson, he would protect us, as you would expect. He wasn't friends with the media. They weren't particularly keen on him. But of course, when you look at his record, it was very good. Quarter-final and semi-final of World Cups. So I think we need to put it into perspective. I know you're claiming that Gareth Southgate should go, but midway through a tournament, you certainly don't want to be contemplating that. And I think we're misreading it slightly. If you look at all of the qualifying campaigns that we have done or competed in over the various campaigns, we always struggle. We seem to finish their league season and then find difficulty in getting a rhythm together. But we do eventually find our feet in general. And certainly under Gareth, we've done that in the main. We've got better in tournaments. I think what disappointed England fans last night was the inability to score against Slovenia. But historically, they've always been a bit difficult for us. We have won 5 out of 6 against Slovenia. But only by 1 goal, so it was always going to be tight. We didn't take our chances at the right moments in the game. If Saka's tap-in goal from Phil Foden hadn't been ruled offside, just wonder what that game would have looked like, going through the 90 minutes. But anyway, that didn't happen. Better second half, certainly. First half was very, very disappointing. I was watching it in a pub with some mates last night, and it was surprisingly dull atmosphere because the England team is not exciting. It's not exciting. As we're seeing it now, it's not exciting the public. But we know we've got players as individuals who are terrific players. And Jude Bellingham, for instance, unfortunately, is just looking like the season's caught up with him somewhat, and he's looking a bit tired. But the qualifying is over, Martin, and that's the main thing. We're now into a different stage, a different test, Jeopardy football, cup final football, and that's what is going to be interesting from here on in.
Now, Trev, you're being very diplomatic. I'd expect no less. But let's be honest. Jude Bellingham, the best player in the Spanish league, certainly one of the very best. In Harry Kane, the best player, the best striker in the Bundesliga. And we saw with Phil Foden voted the best player in the Premier League. And yet, when they're put under Southgate's stewardship, they vanish. They're disappearing. They disappear into mediocrity. And at that point, Trev, the buck's got to stop with the gaffer.
Yeah, there's a mix of things here. Certainly, Gareth Southgate has he's not put this team on the field to work in a fluid way, and you can see that in the body language, in the facial expressions of the players. You can see that there's something amiss here, and they're not comfortable with what they're doing, or unsure as to what they're doing, and we run aground, after 20, 30 minutes of a game. But to put Southgate out of the tournament at this point would be counterproductive. I do want to just define the difference between qualifying, the qualifying stage, and we have qualified with most points in the group, and we topped the group, which has given us a great in towards the final in the later stages, of course. But the problem is, in fact, no, it's not the problem, it's the complete opposite. Now we've got this cup final approach where we have to win over 90 minutes or extra time or penalties. So there are outcomes now where it was chess games, qualification is like that sometimes. And I've experienced them myself. I played in 2 Euros and we didn't get out of the group. England are doing something okay. They collected the points. It was a poor group as well, wasn't it? I mean, quality-wise. But we can put that behind us.
Okay, Trevor Steven, I truly admire your optimism, and I was with you there until you mentioned the P word. You had to mention penalties. Now, Trev, my heart's my mouth. Look, it's a delight to talk to you. You take care, Captain.
My pleasure,
Thanks for your company.